Hey, welcome to today's live stream. Today, we're not gaming. Yeah, I know I got planned inside my intro in the background for you to watch, but that's not what's happening today. Today we're going to discuss copywriting again. So, we'll allow this to play out and get to that infringing sample of a keyboard that keeps us going through this dispute process with Adshare MG over and over again. Now, they want this keyboard sample right here. They want to own this so bad. I mean, they should just go to Loopmasters and say, look, we'll buy all the rights outright from you, and then they can come spank me all they want. But until then, until then, I don't know how that would work, because can you imagine the lawsuits? Anyways, no. It would have to be transferred to them with the same rights, allowing artists and other users to put it in their works, and they would have to stay within those guidelines too. So that wouldn't work out too well for them either. But anyways, let's go ahead and get this started. So that was the keyboard that, you know, you hear, and it's the troublemaker there. Anyways, what? Yeah, this is last week's video on the very subject. Now, I want to take a moment here to apologize to Audio Sparks. Maybe I shouldn't. I mean, maybe they are, but I've done some more research, and I'm going to pull back a little bit, and pretty much they're in the same category now. For me, you know, my opinion of them is like the artist here. Okay, because they represent the artist signed up with them, and or the artist, whatever, in their thing. I'm thinking the artist signed up with them, and they've got a deal going with Adshare MG. It's not that the artist went to both, and, you know, it's all, I think that's the way it is. He signs up with them, and it happens to be they are signed up with Adshare MG. Yippee. So, I just want to make sure that some of the things that I might have said in this video, or, you know, anything in description in one of the videos or anything, I'll take it back right now. I retract it. Apologize. Any of that stuff just sticks to Adshare MG. It's solely on them. Any of it at this point, because I really look at them as not the source. That's Audio Sparks right here. I don't look at them as the source of these claims. They're just one of the parties that is with the party who's actually doing the claiming, which is Adshare MG. They're the ones who are overstepping. And the other thing that we're here for is, I actually had a comment left. More like a question. I have dispute, not approved. Can I leave it? Well, you know, I don't know details in your case. I'll be answering you too, leaving you a link there, but just to let you know that, you know, in my situation, could be different than yours. And I'm assuming you watched the video there. And I'm addressing MJ Rubio for this. So, in this case, again, I don't know details in your case, and I can't give you advice on this. But yes, you can leave it and allow them to claim the rights. However, if you knowingly do nothing, you know what they're doing is wrong, but you do nothing and allow this activity to continue with no more than maybe a shrug and a care that your video gets to stay up, you know, if that's your only concern. It's like, you know, okay, as long as they don't mess with my video and it gets to stay up, I'll let them claim it. I don't want to deal with it and this and that. Really, from where I'm coming from, that's not the way to go with something like this. And there's a lot of reasons for that, and that's what the purpose kind of is of this video now. It's a documentary type of video. We're going to go through the appeal process here. We're going to do a lot of things here, and we're going to do this video a little bit backwards. But just to finish there, with that question and to kind of zone in. The reason I'm saying that you really shouldn't have this don't care attitude and just shrug it off is because what you're doing is you help enable and embolden them to continue with this activity. And now when you add the number of times that they'll get away with this on a platform like YouTube with people like you, we don't know what the numbers are, but I'm going to guess it's not just 2 or 3 people. And I'm going to guess, with the many people that they probably have in this net that they've got of fraudulent activity, there's going to be a handful of people who've got some good views on their channel. They're not going to be slow like me, okay? I'm building. Just got our 13th subscriber. Thank you. Addressing you in this video now with your question that you had. And, just to, be clear on that, when you do something like that, when you embolden them, there's other things that creep up along with that now. Because, after you take a look at the number of people that might be allowing this with them on a platform, more or less what is happening is that you're helping that company legitimize the fraudulent claims. So in this case, the numbers look really good on the reports and the stats that they'll show to their in-house clients, like the artist here who uses them and stuff, or the group that uses them for the artist. So yeah, these are numbers we're pulling in, we're catching people, and that makes it look good. It makes it look like the service is legitimate because you are now essentially, when you look at this, you're now providing them cover and legitimacy for this hidden fraudulent activity, okay? So by doing this, you really give them cover for false claims, and that fraudulent claim is really, not a good thing for people who really need to fight it, because now these guys, they'll go to some place like YouTube, and they'll show them and say, look, we need to check into this stuff. We need access to the SID program or whatever it is because we've got the numbers to justify it. Look at all these legit cases of, infringements, and these people even agreed to it, and it's on your platform, Either way, it just turns around and makes it look like the cases that really aren't legitimate are, and it just beefs up their numbers on it to make them and prop them up and make them look better. And that's really, do you really want to do that? I don't know. I don't. I really don't. And so in this video, we're going to start off, again, a little bit differently. And as you already heard the keyboard part in the background there, we'll go ahead and bring up the software. Now, the thing about the cakewalk here is that I've already been checking it out. Meaning, I actually listened to last week's deal. And that was horrid. That was a very horrid deal. It was awful. That's what I mean. Let's see, I'm having a little problem here bringing up the cakewalk. Oh, you know what? The GUI locks up sometimes for the OBS, and it's not OBS actually, it's Streamlabs OBS. So right now, we're at a crunch. Let me go ahead and start playing for you what's going to be the new mix. Again, this is the new one. Had one previously.
You keep waiting for another time. Can't keep it down. Hold yourself in line.
Alright, that's just the teaser coming in, right? But, you know what's missing out of this? I haven't put in that keyboard sample yet. You know the one we're talking about. So, let's go ahead and take care of it. Make sure I'm in the right... Yep, Loop Masters. That's who the EULA's with. That's who these guys really are after. House Techno, Breeze, and Styles. And I'm pretty sure it's this one. Yep, done. Okay, so. Oh, need a new right about here. Okay, we'll open this up. Insert new audio tracky just there. And we'll drag this over right about there. Spread him out a little. Wait a minute, why does he look like he's a drum thing? Well, we'll take a look closer here in a second. Now, Cakewalk is cool. I also have Sonic Foundries, you know, like the acid stuff. Or no, that's not Sonic Foundries. Sonic Foundries is something else. Anyways, but I do have the acid loops at Sony. And it's pretty cool. It's similar. You know, you get loops in here and stuff. It's the Cakewalk sonar. It's free now. If you want a really decent and rockin', I don't know, people have used GarageBand in the past and stuff. You really want a rockin', and I do mean rockin' setup. It's free. And it's BandLabs. You just download it and yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. I prefer my original paid for, you know, I spent a few $100s for this, and it was worth it. Need my updates, so I got to get a hold of them for that. So let's solo the track for just a moment. Uh-oh, wrong track we're soloing. That's beat track. Okay, that is what we want. And then what I need to worry about here, just bring it up to the bait, because I don't want this playing the whole way through. It's just there as, I don't know, how you feeling today kind of thing. So, if you haven't seen the last video, I promise to use this every time that I have to document a dispute with these guys in a new video. So this is the new video for that. And that looks good. So, the part as played now, unsoloed, when we come to it, is going to sound something like this. Oh, that's a wrong button. Oh, no. Still on solo. Okay, here we go. Sounds something like this.
Can't keep it down.
Alright, now here comes that loop right here. Yep, definitely. Hello, Adshare MG. This mix is, again, another special one just for you. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to let this thing play off in the background for a little bit, which means I actually have to change it. It looks like yeah, I messed it up there. You know what, let's make this small. What I need to do is loop it. That way it's playing in the background. And we can start taking a look at stuff we need to in this video.
Can't keep it down. Hold yourself in line. You keep waiting for another time. Can't keep it down.
Okay. Let me just turn it down here. Let's talk. These are all loops. All loops. Out of the Cakewalk. A lot of them are loop masters, other stuff, possibly. But anyways, let that keep playing. Now, as you guys listen to that, I want you to now join me here at the YouTube policies. And why are we going to the YouTube policies? Because we want to understand what's going on here. And what we've got going on here, and to explain this thing, basically, is we've got these guys coming to claim content. And I don't want to say they don't know what they're doing. They fully know what they're doing. Do they make mistakes? Sure, they make mistakes. This is not a mistake. This is an ongoing process of fraudulent claims, people not fighting them, allowing the claim to stay, and then collecting stats or collecting any monetization if they're lucky. And that's what happens. So, content eligible for Content ID. You guys can read all this, but what I want to bring to mind here is YouTube takes action to address cases of abuse and error of the Content ID system. This includes disabling specific reference files and segments of reference files and releasing all associated claims, requiring manual review for certain categories of references, and disabling Content ID or even terminating YouTube partnership. What does that mean? That means you get in trouble if you overreach too much. That's what it is. Now, what's overreach? That's a damn good question, but we'll ask about that shortly. Now, exclusive rights. Here's the key. You must have exclusive copyrights to the material in the reference file for the territories where you claim ownership. The following examples are, again, are ineligible, not eligible, ineligible, do not count, can't pass go, can't be collected, can't be looked at, must be avoided. Okay? I mean, how many ways do you want me to tell you this? So the following examples are ineligible for use as, in or as a reference. Meaning, what do we mean here? Meaning that the exact part here, that keyboard is, you can't use that keyboard to go, oh, this is our song. No, we own copyright because they're using our keyboard. Nobody's using your keyboard. That keyboard isn't owned by them. I don't own this loop. In fact, we'll take a look at that in a little bit as well. And why are we doing this backwards today? Well, we're doing it backwards because we want to make sure that we know what the basis is from YouTube. So right off the bat, that loop is not eligible for them to use as a reference. Okay? Please keep that in mind. Can they use it as a reference at all? Yeah, and that's where it gets to be the most work for them, I believe, because they would have to use it as an entire reference, pretty much, justifying that the body of their work has been taken and used. Meaning, whatever the new arrangement is has to sound pretty identical to theirs, like throughout. And mine doesn't. It really doesn't. Neither does this new one. You hear that, Adshare MG? You didn't claim the last one where I called you guys... What did I call you guys? Oh, yeah. Limp dog dicks. You guys are butt sore over that, huh? You didn't claim that video? Instead, you decided to... decided to say that, no, it is your stuff. Alright. Make sure when you decide it's your stuff, you claim. You get on your butts and get busy claiming that limp dog dick video. Please do. You guys definitely need to. Alright, let's get past that. There's other things that aren't. You guys can all go to this page. It's pretty easy to find the YouTube Content ID guidelines. It's not difficult at all. Another thing to point out is that solar license incorporation. So basically, royalty-free products. I don't know how you want to look at it. I paid for my licensing, so I really don't pay royalties for it. I get to use this commercially, my loop stuff, you know, blah, 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 in my arrangement. That's legit. Next step, exempt channels from Content ID claims. Are you getting repeated claims over and over again? You know, it could be happening to you. What do I mean? I mean, all these are Adshare MG, every single one of them, for the same frickin' tune, okay? Every single one of these is dealing with that one tune. They haven't started on the mix that I provided for them last week, and, well, we'll see if they start copywriting claim on this process as well. But I'm dealing with all this, okay? Constant. And so when we go back to answering the question, you know, can you just leave it on your website? Yeah, sure you can. Sorry, did I say website? I mean on your channel. Yeah, you can, but what happens? Nothing. You avoid all this and whatever. But again, I ask you, do you allow that to happen? Huh? No, you smack that wrist down. Tell them no, bad. That's what I'm doing. So, as far as content ID exempt channels, I think by now, with me over and over explaining to them what's going on, they should have done this already. All right? There is a process where they could whitelist my channel. I never hear from them again on this issue. Okay? Let that be brought up to attention. And yeah, what do we got here? Clean up incorrect claims. Definitely something these guys are horrible with. And I'm not even going to say incorrect at this point. I have to say full on fraudulent. They have gone and set up their policies for the reference file material and the asset match for the flag on the copyright to generate, and they don't have it set up right because it's flagging it for that keyboard part. So, all that stated, let's go into the Loop Masters EULA. Digital content as defined in our terms and conditions remain the property of our licensors and or Loop Masters Limited collectively. Licensor. Okay, describing, you know, who's who here. That's what this paragraph is in the beginning. And are licensed to you on the basis of our terms and conditions as the original end user licensee. Me. Also the other guy. Who? Oh, wait a second. Have you guys heard this long enough? Has it played long enough? We'll come back to this a little later maybe for you. Let's do a little comparison. It's a new video for me. I'm expanding my horizons today. Not only am I playing my own stuff, not only am I doing that, but today we are going to be visiting other regions, things I don't control, okay? Or can control necessarily. So, alright, we'll let that finish off. But real quick, licensor, Loop Masters Limited may revoke a license, blah, blah. Okay, audio loop samples, instruments, audio synthesis, software, and their output, the sounds. Licensee may use the sounds in combination with other sounds in music productions, which is what we did. The other video goes into when you can't and can't, okay? But this is just right here for you, which may include soundtracks of films, video productions, radio, TV programs or commercials, computer games and multimedia presentations, library music, public performances, and other reasonable musical purposes within musical compositions. That's what we did with that video. Threw it in there. I throw it in the background sometimes when I'm playing a game. Hey, I have that control over it. Now, the licensee may modify the sounds and may use the sounds for commercial purposes as part of a musical composition with other sounds. Meaning, I can put reverb on it, I can chop it in half, speed it up, slow it down, change keys, put some phase into it, echo, delay, chorus, combination of all and everything, and make it sound awesome or make it sound the worst it can sound. Does not matter. I can do all that. Or I can choose just to leave it the way it is. Also, my choice is to use that sound in a commercial environment. Well, YouTube is semi-commercial for me. I don't have the subscribers to monetize. And even if I monetized, it'd be very little. But it's not a question if, it's a question of do you, and if you are you collecting money on it? And if the answer is yes, no matter if it's 3 pennies in a year or you're collecting, you know, thousands because you're a success and hot on YouTube, doesn't matter. The answer is yes if you collect anything. I'm not collecting anything right now, but that doesn't mean I don't want it to collect. For me, of course I do. Just like these guys want to collect money, you know, for what they believe is playing as theirs, which it isn't. So we've established, okay, what we can do, all right? What we may not do is use the sounds in isolation as sound effects or as loops, example, a sequence. So I can't play like the keyboard by itself and then followed by, you know, a different keyboard, then a violin part, because what you do is someone can record all those parts and then make a small loop of each and every distinct, because they're not on top of each other, mixed in with each other, they're separated linearly, one after the other. Now it's one thing when you're bringing in like a keyboard with a beginning or something like that, you know, and you start hearing, you know, like you hear in my other video. This one I just slam it right in here, and I slam the hell out of this. You hear that? That was slammed in there. That wasn't like mixed in or nothing or brought in some kind. No, I just put that. I shoved that in there for Adshare to make sure they had something else to listen to today, because I'm a little tired of this. It needs to be removed from your reference file. That's what it needs to do. You can't use it like this. And if you do, you got to use human ears to listen to the whole thing and make a call that yes, the thing is his playing right now. Not this part is his. No, because it's not his. Anyways, so we can't do that. And of course, if we even were thinking of doing that, we wouldn't be able to do that and distribute it, whether it's in the competitive products, you know, or relicense, redistribute it through some. We can't do that, okay? So that's how it is with that. Now, a right to use the sounds is granted only to the licensee and is not transferable. You can't borrow it from me, you know? I can't loan you one of the, you know, sound loops out of my library to use in that song that you're putting together. Once we're working together and you come over to my studio, and we can use it together in a license that we'll share. But yeah, you can't do that kind of stuff. Now, it goes into tutorials, etc., etc. And I went into, you know, this stuff in the last video. The other thing a lot of times is they'll bring up, I didn't notice it here, but it might be, is if there's a likeness, a name, like in this, you know, they call it Breeze and Style because of who put it together. You can't mark it on it. You can't hook into it as something that's part of your group, part of this song, you know, because there's tracks with, you know, like Bonham, you know, drum tracks or whatever, Hendrix guitar parts or whatever it's out there in loops that people name that's in a style of. It's not the artist necessarily doing it, or it could be, you know, it could be an artist who puts out their own loops out there, you know, a DJ artist. That could very well be, but just in the broadest sense, generally not. But you're not supposed to use their name in your, you know, product promotion, etc., etc. You know, and it's understandable. You don't have no ties to you or anything. So in that case, you basically are free to do whatever you want with it. Now, we spent a lot of time with this. It's time to kind of drop out of the background. Because this is the last time we're playing it for you right now. Maybe I'll play it later again. Here you go, Audio Sparks. This is what you guys call throwing crap against the wall to see how much sticks. Yeah, how much you gonna collect this time? How much crap? Audio Sparks. Oh, did I say Audio Sparks? I take that back, man. I apologize again. I'm so used to just drumming on them. It's Adshare MG. So come on, Adshare MG, get busy. You heard that. Add loops in there again. Hey. got that firebug, you gotta catch it. Alright, let's go ahead and put a stop to that for now. So that's the Loopmaster EULA. Excuse me. Now, I do also have a Sony one here. The reason I have a Sony one here is, well, I happen to have another situation, another group, another third party, blah, 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 you know, claim jumping type of thing. And I want to say these guys are legit, but it's kind of reverse with these guys. I really wonder if the artist here is legit, because if you go listen to their original track, it's like, are you just putting it out there so you can claim and do claim jumping? I don't know. I mean, we'll get into it. But the Sony one, pretty much identical. You guys can read it. Now, I'm not going to put the links in the description of the video here for these. I'm actually enclosing this in the dispute. There's an email going out to copyright@youtube.com. I think that's the address I'm supposed to use. Yeah, copyright@youtube.com. And I'm going to be asking them for information at this point that I cannot find anywhere myself. Okay. So, I'm yeah, you guys are tired of the EULA stuff. Anyways, the reason is because, well, there's a new contender on the block. It looks like in this video we're going to have to see what it is. So, let's take a look-see listen. Now, we already heard the part that is being claimed that this video is directly about, but just to throw into the mix, why not? Because I'm inviting YouTube to take a look at it there at Copyright. What is this? I don't know. Let's find out. Oh, they like that keyboard sound, don't they? Ooh, it's another loop. What? Ja, it's a loop. Really? Yep. So again, we're getting something from The Orchard in Grooves. And it's on behalf of Children's Music Records for the song Feel Me by Dance Party Group. So let's take a look, see, and find out what we got out there. Boom. And Amazon. Alright. So that's the keyboard part. Well, in the background here, let's get this up to where it is about. Hope you understand, but I will be, as it says. No, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just letting this play from the beginning. So you get to hear this tune, because we're going to include these guys in the video now. Why not? I mean, they're in the same boat. Appeal rejected, dispute. Ooh, that means I disputed already. And they're going, nope, that's ours. That's our boy. That's our boy Dance Party Group. They own that, and we represent them. We want a hunk of what you got. I'm sorry, but that's that's not going to happen. So we'll go ahead and let that play through its entirety. Meantime, in the background, we'll continue on. So, as I've shown, this is the other guys. Now, if I go in here, which one is playing? This is playing. So if we go in here right now and take a look for N-Grooves, I think they're the guys who are really pushing out the email more so than The Orchard. And we take a look, skis, huh? Oh, it's a short list. Very short. So they claimed I disputed, blah, blah, blah. I mean, gonna have to take a look here. So let's see. So yeah, they created one, blah blah. I disputed, released. So they already released it from the 1 on the 7th. Now, copyright claim was created on the content. I disputed it, and this is, I believe, where we're at today. Groups have decided their copyright claim is still valid. I got the same thing going on for the other guys. Okay, so no surprise there. Yeah. Which one is this? Here we go. Same thing right here. After reviewing a dispute, Adshare MG for a third party has decided their copyright claim is still valid. Yeah, cool. Did they really listen to this stuff? Well, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do just that here in just a little bit. So, the Loop Masters, and now with this in the background playing for Sony, I have license to use these loops, and my stuff doesn't sound like the other artist. Okay, I mean, in the Vegas, it sounds like a club dance tune type of thing. You might want to say, okay, I'll give you that. But do they sound like? No, they're not at all. Oh, but wait, we got it released here. Let's take a look at this release. I haven't looked at it yet. Adshare released it for that one. So that's quite interesting. It's so interesting that, oh, by the way, you guys, are you looking to see what these guys have done throughout time here on YouTube? This is from like 5 years ago almost. 4.5 years plus. Go check it out. Tyghtrope. Adshare MG for a third party. I will include this in the link down below. And I definitely want you to go check out that video and just see what they were doing then. And they're still doing now, because if you're doing any research on this, you'll see they're doing the exact same thing to people presently this year. And there is a reason why it can't be avoided to an extent, you know. And that reason is that, it appears that we're already into another tune here. So I'm going to have to stop this in the background here. But they've been doing it for years. And there is a problem with classical music, and if it's played, you know, orchestra, or if you play it on your own home piano, distinguishing it, because only hears the notes, so you can't really hear the fidelity of, is that somebody playing at home, or is that a studio of the Philharmonics? Is that him playing it there? Or, you know, so it flags it. Understandably, they got to listen to it, okay, in those cases. And they don't. They just claim it. Why? For the wall of crap to see what sticks. So they got crap to collect. I say, is that really the right thing for them to be doing? Because it just seems like the morals there are just a little off, I would say. I don't know. I just questioning. I don't want to ruffle any feathers. I just want to question. And I'm questioning a lot of things today. So, as for in-groups, we'll be responding to that later. But as of right now, we are responding and filing a dispute with, again, Adshare MG. Why? Yeah, you already heard it, I'm sure. So, let's go ahead into the process. Today, I'm actually gonna, you know, there's a couple of ways I do it, but today I'm gonna use the I have license. Sometimes I click on the video as my original, because of the fact that they don't even have anything that they can claim on against me, and, you know. But we'll go here. We'll continue this. We'll say, yeah, I am sure. Because that's part of the process. You gotta be sure. So, we'll go ahead and click C and click C, and furthermore, we'll go ahead and add in. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Let's see here. Wrong. I've got to get the right document here. And the reason I'm saying that is because I got several open and I was working on different stuff. But this is the one I want right here. There's some different parts to it. But today's the 17th and we're submitting this sucker. So let's go ahead and get this submitted. First copy and paste in there. Let's do this for your. There we go. There we go. So, yeah, this is a lot of stuff for them to read. Lots to read. But dispute response to Adshare. Okay, I list it all. And you guys want to know what I'm listing on them? What I'm telling them about? Yeah, let's go over that then. Dispute response to Adshare MG submitted today, July 17th. Oh, by the way, here, let's yeah. That's the original infractor. We'll listen to that in the background. Now, submitted July 17th. You already have my contact information from an appeal in the process for false claim of copyright by party. Okay, so yeah, I've already submitted a thing because if they tell you no after you've already disputed it the first time, that no, we own this stuff, we got right to it, we represent someone who owns it, then they'll do what I showed you in that email. They'll say, no, we reviewed it and we're sticking to our guns. You know, the one that says geez, where is it? There we go, reviewed. Where it says, after reviewing your dispute, Adshare MG for a third party has decided that their copyright claim is still valid. So this is the second. This is an appeal now. So we're going with an appeal. Oh. Okay. So I'm just reading from my document here on you guys so that you know, because yeah, that little box is a pain to read. But anyways, I include information to them where I actually put this appeal notice dated July 10th that we just read after reviewing your dispute, Adshare, blah, blah, blah. And then what I put right after that is I refute this last claim against my works. You know, I actually put the word egregious in there. Kind of held back from saying it, but it is at this point with as many emails as, well, as many as we've had to deal with these guys for this one subject. Okay, so that's a lot of claims there. Okay, now I actually warned them that when I reply to this. In fact, we're going to seal up this video here and wait till it all gets done by YouTube, and I'm going to copy the link from it and provide them along with copyright at YouTube. They're going to get this with nice little fan mail with questions to them regarding the issue. Now, be known, every dispute and appeal I must file with you that I will publicly document in a video stream for each and every fraudulent claim that you submit against my works. Warn them about that, you know. And then I go into certain things in the SID that they're doing wrong, like using that reference as a reference for making an asset match. And this is all in there, you know. I'll scroll through down here for you guys to be able to, if you need to pause to ever read this, make your own versions of, you know, like, oh, that looks like something, you know, I didn't look into and I should write that down. Yeah, you should definitely be thinking of what they're doing and what they shouldn't be doing. So most of this is the YouTube SID that I put down here. referencing it and informing them. And I've informed them bunches of times about that to get me whitelisted and stuff. Previously, I've asked them to DMCA me. You know, if they're gonna keep doing this, just do that. That way, we've got a, you know, official channel to get this over with. And what we've already looked at, the whitelisting and everything on the YouTube SID, and I've provided them all this, copy pasted it in here for them, okay, along with the listings of my emails that you see in the background. I've got in there, okay, and that's all in there, okay. And when I say it's all in there, I guess I should have been saying that it's all in here. All this stuff where we went, you know, to the website, and I discussed that and bring it up to them, and I put in the EULA and everything. It's all in here, okay? It's all in there. So, what do I have left to put in here? Oh, well, I have left to put in the email. What email? The one I'm sending to YouTube. Oh, YouTube even? Yeah, we're going to send this to copyright at YouTube. Basically, I'll fill you guys in on this part. I'm not going to hide it from them either. YouTube, where is the mechanism to report copyright abuse by the parties that use YouTube's SID system? Surely there must be more than an email address to notify YouTube of fraudulent copyright claim abuse. Adshare MG has filed multiple false copyright claims on my content, as well as many others on YouTube for content they fully well know they have no legal claim to. Claimants here are not the exclusive copyright holders nor represent the sole copyright holders of the sounds claimed by Adshare MG on my content. As per YouTube SID policies, the claim is null, as the sound loop used in either party's works is licensed non-exclusively from a third party, therefore ineligible for use in or as a reference for Acid Match Index. I again state I have repeatedly informed Adshare MG and provided copies of my Loopmaster's EULA as proof of legal license for use and requested whitelisting this flag on my content as posted below again. Instead, they affirm claims by rejecting a dispute, which we looked at on July 10th, and notice received that after reviewing your dispute, Adshare MG, blah, 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 decided it's still valid, you know? So I continue on with, I have been harassed long enough by this party. YouTube is the conduit for the abuse. Again, where is the mechanism for reporting this abuse? Per YouTube SID, YouTube takes action to address cases of abuse and error in the Content ID system. This includes disabling specific reference files or segments of reference files and releasing all associated claims requiring manual review for certain categories of references, disabling Content ID, or even terminating YouTube partnership. I now reach out to you and request information I have not found regarding fraudulent copyright abuse reporting. What are YouTube's standards and criteria for actions against copyright claim abusers? When? How long do I receive abuse of the fraudulent claims on my works for the same content by the same parties repeatedly? A few weeks, a month, several months, a year, several years? How many? How many fraudulent claims must I receive repeatedly by the same party for the same content claim before action is taken? 5, 10, 20, 50, 100 times before any action is taken? I eagerly await your answers. Okay? Now you may think, wow, that's a lot for YouTube there to pin down with you. Well, I don't know if YouTube's going to reply, but if they are, I'm expecting a little more than this. So the harassment must cease, and the party Adshare MG must be held accountable, not just for the fraudulent claim on my work. That is not enough to stop this abuse system abuse system-wide by them. They must be investigated and verified not to be claiming content they have no legal right to claim. Adshare MG must be blocked from taking advantage of the system with the reference file used and policy criteria in matching and flagging content on YouTube said that is a match to the non-exclusive licensed sounds I have licensed to use, as I assume does the third party with Adshare MG artist Arpad Slot Domahidi. Now, allowing Adshare MG to continue in this manner to victimize the profits from those on YouTube. Let's go ahead and oh, I can't do that right now. I'm sorry, guys. Hold on one second. There we go. Had to get out of that. But to let me catch my spot. I'm sorry. Yeah, I scrolled a little too hard. Now I gotta find it. Carpies. Oh, here we go. That is a match for non-exclusive licensed sounds I have licensed to use, as I assume does the third party with Adshare MG artist Apad Zlot Dohamidi, allowing Adshare MG to continue in this manner to victimize and profit from those on YouTube not knowledged enough in copyright or afraid to stand up to the shady claimant. Instead, allowing a party like Adshare MG to keep the fraudulent copyright claims on the victim's content. There are many people that will not deal with the claim and just allow it, so long as the video gets to stay up. That's kind of like what, the question was, do I have? Yeah, you can leave it, but you're legitimate, you're helping them, be legit in what they're doing. Because you're adding the numbers in their books to validate themselves to YouTube, their clients, and anybody else. Because you haven't spoken up. We need you to speak up. But if you choose not to, well, I'll try to, as you'll see here in a little bit. Just listen, because I really want to focus on these guys. And I'm hoping that with all the times that they've had already with YouTube, with people emailing, I really want these questions answered. Now, just to reread the one line, allowing Adshare MG to continue in this manner to victimize and profit from those on YouTube not knowledged enough in copyright or afraid to stand up to the shady claimant. Instead, allowing a party like Adshare MG to keep the fraudulent copyright claims on the victim's content. There are many people that will not deal with the claim and just allow it, so long as the video gets to stay up. It is, or is it right or legal to allow profit on content falsely claimed, even if the victim is clueless while the claimant is fully aware of the fraudulent action? The cycle repeats for the same or new party to be victim to Adshare MG, and now YouTube for that matter. This is where YouTube, on its own platform, goes from neutral enabler and conduit to supporting actor, splitting claim revenue for the extra otherwise lost profit, I believe. And that's what I believe. Because if you're a YouTube partner and this happens to you, you get the option of, do you want this to, do you want to take your video down, or do you want to leave your video up and split the ad revenue with the claimant? And that's as a partner for you to decide. If it's legit, you took somebody else's song, AC/DC, whatever, and you put it in your video, you have no right to claim it. By all means, you want to leave that video up and allow them to monetize it, whatever. It's that, that you want your video up there with that song, it's cool. It's okay. If legitimately you aren't in a situation like me where you know what they're doing is wrong and they need to be stopped when they're doing it in this wrong situation. Now, again, I'm guessing YouTube gets to split that if you're not a partner with them. So in other words, they have nobody to share that with, because if you're a partner, you get to share, the claimant gets a share, YouTube gets whatever share, they're not telling everybody, or they do, I don't know that stuff. But now there's no partner. So, is it all going to the claimant, or instead of all going to the claimant, does YouTube step in as your partner to claim, huh? How about that, YouTube? Thanks for being my partner to claim on monetization if you're doing that. Do answer that question, YouTube. I do expect an answer to that. I want to know if you share in that revenue. Because that's not right. Not in a case like this. Not to say you guys don't know any better or do know better, but in the times that you do know better, that somebody shady like this has been reported to you a bunch of times, I think there would be measures taken rather than looking the other way for profit. I don't know. Just a question there. But, you know, when it comes to that, they are, you know, the actor involved in this now. It's no longer them being neutral. So that is something that needs to be guessed at and answered at this point. You know, if not for the fraudulent claim with a content provider too small, such as myself, to monetize, perhaps does YouTube now keep that portion of the revenue when a party is not a YouTube partner? What incentive other than legal court action against YouTube is there to ensure YouTube is taking action against copyright claim abusers, in this case of profit, when looking the other way? Is it worth playing the numbers game for the split profits from fraudulent claims, such as my case with the license non-exclusively from a third-party use copyright abuse case? Now, the reasons I ask these questions is the recurring of false claims for the same content references used in an asset match, meaning in YouTube's SID program, they've uploaded some file that matches it and says, that's yours. And it's hooking in on that keyboard. And then they claim it on that keyboard part. While when they listen to if they listen side by side to the video and listen to the music, then they go back to their file and don't listen to the 4-7 seconds, let it play out. No, nothing alike. So, this is stuff that's important. And that's why when you ask a question, should I just leave it? Only if it's a legitimate case of somebody owns it. But if you know they don't own it, they have no right to claim it because you have license, as I do, because you use software like I do to record stuff, you know. In that case, yeah. So let's give it a break on that one, and actually I'm gonna bring up the cakewalk here and let that go ahead and do its thing in the background, eh? I said I probably wouldn't play this again. I don't know, it's starting to grow on me. I might not take this part out. Maybe. Listen to that keyboard. Alright, so let's discuss the YouTube thing a little further, okay? So, I asked what incentive they have other than like court action to make sure they're staying on top of these abuses. Like when they know somebody's abusing this, do they curtail it really as they say in their guide, or they just allow them because they know, nudge nudge, there's going to be some spilled pennies coming in because, you know, those people ain't going to dispute. They're just going to let you. I mean, it's a numbers game, right? How much crap is thrown against the wall? And I really wonder, is it worth playing that numbers game for split profits from fraudulent claims? You know, such as the case of my license non-exclusivity that I have for third-party use copyright abuse case. Now, the reason that these have been asked, like I said, is that they're reoccurring, and they are false claims. and Adshare is in more public posts out there and videos than I have the time to count when it comes to these situations. Take a look. Go look them up under the Star Spangled Banner when the U.S. Air Force is playing them, or the Navy, okay? Stuff that they can't hold copyright to, meaning the Air Force, the Navy, their government, you know, they're not supposed to. And they can't be claimed. Now there's certain recordings, depending on how they're recording stuff, the mechanical recording, and so there is a claim that can be placed, but you know, that's another story of a record label. But most of the time, you're free to use it. Go ahead and check it out. Just Google for that. Abundance out there. I don't know. When I'm listening to this tune, I know that they're going to come after me right now for that line that's in there. And I just threw it in there just, like I said, because I'm making a new video and might as well. So, it's already known that Adshare has a reputation of monetization that they have no rights to claim, you know, and they will do it anyways. They got that rep. They claim royalty free as well as non-exclusive. And, you know, even after you show them and provide them proof and tell them what the issue is, they still keep doing it. Now, I demanded a full audit and reporting for the numbers of videos Adshare MG has monetized or collecting stats on if they're not collecting any monetization presently under this policy flag that they got for this issue with my song, just to catch them on that. Okay, and it does go a little more than just that, along with disclosing of the policy criteria that is used for flagging this exact content. So I want to know exactly how they're wording their policies or structuring their policies as far as percent and this and that of their reference file, you know, to hit on, to be able to pull back and have a flag, you know, jump out on any content that's out there on YouTube, including the reference file itself, because they keep sending these submittal notices. If you take a look here with moving in a library by this guy, it doesn't exist. I've shown this in the other video. I'll do it again. All you're gonna get is like album covers. My mention of it now comes up in a video. This looks like maybe something that, I don't know, would have to check it out. But yeah, I don't see anything. I mean, I invite you to look for this song title. You're not gonna find it. If you do this, however, that is another story. Now, it's not listing here because for some reason this must be more popular, this Keep On Moving. And you know, go ahead, check out the catalog he's got. It's got a lot of tunes out there, probably well over 80 out there, you know, and some of it's pretty good. I'm not too fond of Moving In, which is his keyboard use thing, you know, that counters me as far as the stuff here. But you know what, I think it's time. I think, ladies and gentlemen, it's time. Alright, listen to the part now. This is important. Yeah, let's... One more time. You hearing that? Okay? You're getting it. You're feeling it. If you're leaving comments during the stream right now, got enough of my plate to read and click. I'm not actually looking at comments for a change, just so you know. I'll be addressing any comments afterwards. Alright. Let's bop out of that one. And, oh, you know, I was sitting there in the program and I was searching for stuff and I was trying to show you guys, but you guys were staring at Cakewalk, weren't you? Dummy me, huh? Bad presentation today. Let me try this again. So what I did is went over to the claim against me, copied the song title and artist just as is, went to Google, went and pasted it in there, and go ahead, look for it, you people. Find me this song. It does not exist. Because, again, let me show you. Whoop. Doom and boom. This is what it is. And when you hit that, again, while you guys are staring at the wrong screen, my fault, Keep On Moving is listed previous to the actual song we're looking for. As I said, it must be just that much more popular to, you know, get glammed on. But guess what? We got it right here. We looked at it last video, but we didn't dare play anything off of it. Today, I'm calling under educational, fair use, doing a comparison, doing an in-depth study of what's going on with these guys. So, Radio Sparks in conjunction with Audio Sparks, that's who our artist here, my assumption, Arpad Zlot Hamadi is, or Zolt, I keep saying Zolt, has signed up with from the Mancha stuff. In turn, these guys are signed up, partnered up with Adshare MG to have them take care of their end of the stuff. So, you're going, oh, well, I'll go listen to it. Yeah, we're going to click it today. Last time we just went here. Today we're going to click it. So, how does that sound? Well, it's the same file, different drum beat. I mean, seriously, if I play this. Yeah? You hear that? Yeah, I heard it too. We stuck it in there, didn't we? He's shoehorned it in there, really. Okay, so you heard the keyboard. This is him. Beginning.
Preview.
Okay. Further, let's go a little further into the song. That's all we're doing. Just a. That's really the meat of the song. That beginning you heard is the closest part to match to my song as there is. The rest of the song actually sounds like that. It's got the keyboard part, and then it's got this other part laid over it. Bump, 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 bump. And it pretty much plays throughout the whole thing. So let's try right here at the minute mark. Bump, 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 along with that playing in the background. Let's fast forward it. Now I know somewhere around a minute 18 or 20 or something like that, he shuts it out and he doesn't bring it back, if I remember right, till about a minute 40 something. So let's pick it up at 2 minute mark. Let's see what's. Yep, still the same. Still the same. Let's push it a little further.
Preview.
Yep, it's it. Dun, 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 dun. Yep. Dun, 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 dun. Bam, bam, bam. Yeah. Can you hear that? Do you hear that? Yep. Yeah, I caught that before it ended, so. Anyways, that's the exact part. No doubt. So we did a comparison. Did I do a side-by-side, like just let it all play out and roll? No. All I wanted you to hear is, yeah, he is using the same loop. See what I'm saying? He's using the same loop. So, enough of this. The link will be in the description, so you can actually hear it without me just dropping in, you know, doing a needle drop on the track here, and just seeing what's changed. Like I said, for a good 2 minutes and 20 odd seconds out of his, it's like 2 minutes and 49 seconds total. Last 3 seconds is cut off silence. So yeah, I mean, for the most part, he's using that, and for the most part, he's going along with it. Now, I'd like to bring out that that's not the only thing in there that he's using. Not that I'm using necessarily, but there's other loops in there that are non-exclusive as well. They're licensed non-exclusively for other people to use, and they're in there along with that keyboard, and he's using them. So now, because I don't have them, I'm not getting flagged on, but somebody else is getting flagged on those. Maybe they're not getting flagged on my keyboard part, they're getting flagged on a different keyboard part, on a different bass run there. What are they getting flagged for? So, when you do allow the claimant to get away with this, coming back to the very beginning of today's question, where does that leave us? That leaves us a hole that they can just fill with a bunch of stuff. Because now, if I allow them to keep in on mine, okay, they're legit. Now they can start cracking people using all the other stuff you hear in the background. What do we hear in the background here? I don't know. I hear the bass. I hear some of the drum lines in there. There's other stuff in the background. Okay, if you take the time to listen to it, you know, I could pick it apart, but I'm not going to do that for this video. I don't want them to claim that, he's playing our stuff. I compared your stuff to mine. So I pretty much just dropped the needle all the way through. There is a spot on there that is void of that keyboard, and it's like 30 seconds long, if that, and the rest of it is just that. Me? Well, it's another story with my material. My material is different. I only use it for like 40-50 odd seconds, that keyboard in mine, and it does have a major place in my music. It's not the fundamental foundation of it, as in his song. His song is basically that and that little unda 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 bass line going in the background keyboard thing. Hearing it? Adshare, where are you, MG? Okay, anyways, so they're going to be hitting me for doing this. I'm claiming fair use. I had a question. I wanted them to see what it is. Just for some reason they can't click there or anything. And yeah. So for this version of Moving In that he's got, it's okay. Not big on it or nothing, you know. It's not horrible or anything. That one bass line gets me. But I do suggest that you go check out other tunes by this guy. They're pretty good. He's got some good stuff. Not all of it, some of it. And thumbs up. Will you look at that? He gave a thumbs up to that guy whose stuff is hooking on his. Yep. And don't forget, I mentioned this before. Adshare MG for a third party. You're looking for more video stuff. This is from 2013. Okay. With Tyghtrope, this will be in the description. It's a very good video. Doesn't really play heavily on the music. Doesn't pull through. He's talking about it, and we already know what it is that's playing, so you know, doesn't have to. Guess maybe I should take that advice, huh? Stop playing my stuff in the background. It's either that and more of my voice, huh? Like you really want to hear everything to be my voice. I don't think that's even possible. So, in the end, they should not be using any of this because it's ineligible as far as a reference file. Okay? For the flagging. They need to go in their policies and do some changes, and they do need to flag me if they're still going to use this reference file, but they need to use the reference file differently. They need to use the reference file so that it's flagging stuff for them to manually listen to it. Unfortunately, they have to make sure it's not the same tune, because now we're looking at arrangement. We're not looking at the sounds. Can't claim those sounds. Loopmaster Zula, dropping that off here. Again, link is in the dispute in this case, and also they'll have access to it at YouTube when I send them a copy once this video is done. And we're wrapping it up. Got one here for Sony Sound Series. Why? Well, this is the other group that I mentioned is hitting on me. So we got to take a look and see. I already played it, but InGrooves is who keeps pushing in on me. And they've actually said the appeal is rejected. So let's take a moment here and let's take a look at what they're pulling. What? Pick a what? Feel me. Feel me. Yeah. Oh, look, I can play a part of it. Oh, there's no way of playing a part of it. It's a 99-cent song. Okay, you guys, you want me to be honest? This isn't like the other artist. This, let me be honest with you. This, let me refresh this and play it, the matching. Now listen. It's the keyboard. Might be the beat. It's the keyboard. Alright, what do you guys got, huh? Whoa, that's way loud. Woohoo! What? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Is that really the same sound? Are you? Yeah, it is. There's like 3 different WAV files for this, maybe even 4 in Sony, if I remember right. It's been a while. And maybe we'll have to make a special mix of this one, huh? Hey! But, yeah, with this one, there is a little, you know, like a breakdown version of it and stuff. So, yeah, it is. But it is in the same time. So let's pull it up a little further, can we? Yeah. And that's basically through the whole song. I mean, if we take it in parts, just like before. Okay, a little further maybe towards the end. Yeah, these guys, it's, I don't know what to tell you. It's just a few loops thrown together, and it doesn't go anywhere, doesn't do much of anything. It's, you know what this reminds me of? Just listening to this, kind of like Teletubbies or something. Like anyone who let their kids watch Teletubbies should be thrown in jail. And this reminds me of people who let their kids watch Teletubbies, okay? If you listen to it, it's got that eerie, I don't know, weird. I'm messing with you. It's not weird or anything. It does remind me of Teletubbies for some reason. Don't know why. Never watched Teletubbies, so don't know. Just seen glimpses of that stuff, people talking about it. But anyways, that's these guys. I'm going to get dinged for these guys. Again, fair use. Not playing the whole thing. Playing a certain... Sure, it doesn't matter how much you play. It's the reasons you're doing it. Well, the reasons I'm doing this is because I want to point out to the people who are in the same situation that... Yeah, sounds similar. And I do have that. And I'd fire up the Sony if I felt like it right now. The Acid, but and they're owned by Magix now, so they're no longer Sony. Although copyrights for what I got, as far as the loop content is, anyways, I contacted Magix for the exact copyright noticing to be able to post on this, and this is the one that they gave me. So for me to use that keyboard. But otherwise integrated. Yep, it's all here. Non-exclusive right to use the content. So you're free to use the content offering in your own original compositions without restriction. Anyways, been through it. It's getting kind of old with these guys. So yeah, well no, I take that back. When I say these guys, it's getting old with Adshare MG. This other party now that just coming into it with the dance music that who is this again? Here we go. Yeah, that's the Orchard group here in Grooves. Like I checked in the email before, they've hit me like twice. So from them to go from the first one, drop it, and then all of a sudden they go into a second one, say, you know what, we're going to stick to our guns on this. Well, I'll be sending you a video as well that I played your actual snippet of the what you're claiming against me, and you can actually find Feel Me Dance Party without a problem. Thumbs up to you guys. Great job. And that's why I question this Moving In AA library by Arpad Salat. It's bad enough to find the Moving In song. It's listed down when you're directly looking for it under his name, because another song popularly, I guess more popular, named similarly to this one that he's got. But my question is, where this AA library, and why is this being done this way and not being corrected already? It's not the working title. And it does matter. On many levels, this matters, Adshare MG. It does matter. So, again, you better correct this. Because to me, it looks like not only are you shady in what you're doing by getting people who, unlike me, don't care, not knowledge, don't have the time, resources to spend the time to be able to let you know that what you're doing is wrong, and instead are so worried about their videos staying up that just the fact that you will monetize it and leave their video alone, no, they can keep it up in their list, is enough for them that they allow you to do it. Those fraudulent infractions need to stop as well. Okay? They really do. And I think that you're somehow using this AA library to shadow some of that money away from Arpad Solt Domahidi. I'm sorry I keep butchering your name, man. Hopefully I'm not, but, trying. Anyways, so what's the answer to that? Why is that still not, after so many months of me repeatedly telling you guys that is not the name of the title? What are you doing? And showing a video, once again, of me searching for it, not finding it. The closest thing I found was like a cover, album cover. It looked like it might be, or something like that, So we'll go ahead and finish this video off by saying, if you are in a situation and you're in the right. Now, with this very stream I'm doing right this moment, I am going to be claiming fair use for what I actually clicked on the other websites to play in comparison to my music. So in that case, I am going to be claiming, you know, the fair rights thing. And while we're at it, let's let that new mix go in. Maybe I'll use this. Maybe I'll keep it the way it is. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. I might use this in one of the gaming videos. It's a possibility still. But yeah, by allowing these people to monetize stuff that you know for a fact that you've got license or that they don't have license, because it's out there, it's either royalty free or there is some kind of license to it, and you do have the license to it, you just don't know how to go about getting this, you know, process. It's really as easy as I showed you. You just have to know that you're factually correct in what you're doing. And in my case, I am. I even went as far as to contact Magix, the new owner of the Sony Acid, you know, series. Where is my, you know, EULA for this? What's my licensing? And they referred me to exactly what I showed you right there. So that's where we're at. Again, I am telling you, Adshare MG, you're shady. You shouldn't be doing this practice. You should remove that reference file. And if you do, by some chance, continue to use that reference file, you should be using it as a whole, complete, and checking how much of that whole complete people are actually using of the artist's music they're moving in, of Arpad Zolt Domahidi. Man, I keep feeling like I'm butchering the name. And I hate butchering names. I kind of do. Unless I'm doing it on purpose. And I'm not in this case, which is why I feel bad. You know? But Adshare MG. See what I did there? Adshare. Yeah. Go get some toilet paper. You need a lot of wipey cleanup to do. Because it's a bunch of crap. And I won't stand for it. And YouTube. I've sent you an email. I've invited you to this video. Doubt that you'll watch it all the way through. But everything that I'm saying is factual here. I've provided ample proof to that party. I will be probably fighting another party for this very video that I just did too. And as you see, I got another cause for the non-exclusive license that I have with another party trying to claim the stuff. I'll try to explain it to them nicely again. Maybe they'll listen to me this time. However, this Adshare MG group, they have not listened to me not one bit, okay? And I really do need some assistance from you guys at YouTube. So, I do ask you guys to, at YouTube, reply. Give me some of the answers to the questions that I sent to you. Some of the ones that I read off here, you know, as I was making this video. There's more that I didn't get into that is in your, and I know it's a lot of questions, and I did make demands. Yes, I've demanded that you do a full audit and reporting of the numbers of the videos that Adshare MG has monetized or collecting the stats on presently under the policy that they're hitting me with. Because as I told you, I heard other loops in that, so they're probably hitting other people as well that nothing to do near my stuff because they don't have the same sound loop in theirs, but they got a different one that falls in the same category, and they're probably people out there doing the same thing. I want that information. I want that to be provided so that we know what we're looking at. That's a huge number, and then we're looking just at the one, you know, depending on how they got their criteria, what their file sizes that they're using for reference. For matching this stuff is, you know. I'd like to know what that criteria is. This is important. And I think that YouTube needs to take a look at it too, because you seriously take the abuse of the fraudulent claims on copyright and you do something about it according to the SID, which we read about earlier. So please let us know what the measure is. Again, do I gotta have 5, 10, 50, 100? How many times do I have to go through the same claim with these guys over and over with the same people for the same exact content over and over with them? When is it not abuse? At what point does it stop, YouTube? I need the answers to that. I think a lot of people would like to know. I don't think it's just me. So by being a neutral in this for the longest time, you know, I can't say nothing about being neutral, but you step out of being neutral as soon as you allow the party to continue with their shady practice. And I know I'm not the first person to point this out to you. And if I am, let me know that in this email. If I really am the first person, because I'm pretty sure I've seen other videos that they ask YouTube, what is going on? So I'll leave you guys off with a goodbye and a proper playing of the one that gets me hit the most all the time by Adshare MG, with that loop that's sitting in the smack middle of us all. You're in the same thing like I am, where you gotta deal with these abusive claims. Legitimately, they're abusive. And it's content that you have license to use, stuff you've made, whatever. Don't let them get away with it. It does take time to do the right thing. It does take effort. And the lack of allows this to creep out. Just really be a shady thing that happens. And it's people like me and you out there who can put a stop to it. We can't depend on YouTube alone. We have to count on each other. So I invite everybody to share this video when you come across it with other people, other creators out there who have this issue, with others who have the problem with either Adshare or another party, as you've seen in this video. It doesn't have to be Adshare alone. There are other parties who will do this. But as I pointed out with the other party, InGrooves, you know, it's only the second time with them going. You know, this is new with them, you know, so we'll see where that goes. I'm showing you how many emails I've got with this other group. You guys take care. Have a great day. Like, subscribe. And I thank you subscribers out there as I push to hit that 1,000 mark one day here on YouTube like others have before me.